Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey y'all, how you doing? Alright, we are going to do a what the shift energy reading for earth, air, fire, and water. So, let's see what's going on with the energy. You guys have been feeling different shifts. There's been a lot of shifts that I've noticed just this year alone, but it's been pretty intense. So I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Geometry Oracle for overall energy, and then I'll pull one from the Black Moon Astrology, and then I'm going to pull some from Soul's Journey and Numerology Oracle. So earth signs are first Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Energy, current energy. You guys know energy changes all the time just because we have free will. We make different choices. It changes the energy. Your thought patterns change the energy. What you are focusing on or watching, listening to. Everything, you know. People you're around changes the energy. Places you're around, and everything. So the energy is constantly shifting around. We're going to just try to get like a little picture, but from like a second in time, which is pretty much how it goes. So, from the Sacred Geometry, energy Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth signs. What is the energy? Okay, we have 24 Earth, 44 Universal Love, and 27 Fertility. All three of these came out together. Frequency of Earth activates our deepest connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all. The aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. That was the first one out. The next one out is 44 Universal Love. The frequency of Universal Love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. Trying to get used to this setup here. And 27 Fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. I like that card. It's very pretty. Alright, bottom of the deck, 23 Dynamic. That equals a 5. Supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. Helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. That's the bottom. Underneath. Set this one over there, and we just kind of do that one for overall, like, advice. Alright, Numerology Oracle, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see. 6. 24 is a 6. 27 is a 9. You can be seeing 6s, 9s, 4s, maybe 5s. If you are having a lot of like numerological like number sequences. I can't even talk. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is the energy? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What are they working on? What's the energy like right now for Earth signs? I think with Earth signs, they're grounding. There's a lot of green on the board. Or needing to ground. You're either grounding or feeling more grounded or needing to. But with it saying Earth, universal love and fertility, I really feel like Earth signs are feeling that completeness, that wholeness right now. That card that just came out is a 74 nature. That equals an 11. It's also green. That's the one that fell out, and it goes under the Earth card. So Earth nature. You may possibly need to spend more time in nature outside. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Take that one. I was trying to jump. Domestic harmony, 46, equals a 10. So the first one was an 11, equal to 11. Second equals a 10. Domestic harmony. And that one's blue with a green Merkaba. Let's see, one more. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For fertility. Taurus. Okay. 27 spiritual partnership. That equals a 9. That's funny. Number syncs are off the charts. Bottom of the deck, karmic completion. So I'll show you these so you can kind of see how they're mirroring each other as far as like colors, similar themes. You have Earth and nature. 611, you could be seeing 611. The middle one was universal love and domestic harmony. And that's 44 and 10. 441. Maybe seeing that a lot. 441. Fertility and spiritual partnership. And the purple, crown chakra, blue, third eye, throat, and heart chakra. You guys are, I feel like some of you are stepping into the earth energy, feeling more balanced. We are in Scorpio energy right now, which is water. So there could be a lot of things changing with that 5 at the top dynamic. A lot of things going away, falling away, and basically it's what it's saying is, you know, if there's a lot of things changing, earth signs, just know that everything is happening for you, not to you. if you feel the need to be out in nature, you know, follow that. Follow your intuition at this time. Spend time outside. Help keep you grounded. Earth signs usually don't have too much trouble with staying grounded, but when we shift into different energies, you know, depending upon where your placements are, sometimes you might feel a little off kilter, but some of you may just be, you know, may just feel drawn to go outside, to do things with nature, you know, maybe planting. With this universal love, domestic harmony, it can be just domestic harmony. Everything is balancing out in your life with people in your life. Or it can be, you know, with your domestic partnerships, your husband, wife, you know, children. Everything's coming into balance. Fertility. Fertility and spiritual partnership. I mean, the obvious one is just right off the back is fertility. You know, a lot of you may be very fertile right now, so if you're able to conceive, be mindful. A lot of you, if you haven't had your spiritual partnership show up, it's indicating, as some of you are, tending to your spiritual partnership, or can be just within self as well. I think also some of you are having epiphany moments where you're getting these ideas of things that you love. You know, this is coming from a heart space. The first card that came out from the Soul's Journey under the Earth Nature section is Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. And with that fertility up there, it does talk about creativity. So like I said, you guys are getting this these downloads that are helping you utilize your imagination, you know, to come up with new ideas, projects, things that make your heart sing is what I'm feeling. I'm going to give this a shuffle again because it's like feeling like it needs to. Just so I can get 2 more cards out, and then we'll finish up Earth signs reading, and we will go to the next sign. It's been a little while since I've been on here. Lots of shifting going on in my life. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but it seems like just this year alone has gone so quickly, and there's been so many shifts. I don't know if it's just because I'm a Scorpio and it's just like back to back to back changes, shifting in energy, feeling the old fall away. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, there we go. Domestic harmony, forgiveness came out. Universal love, domestic harmony, and forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So, some of you are stepping into the space of you're releasing. Because a lot of you do understand that, you know, if we have resentment or anything like that, it does block our flow, our natural flow. From, you know, it stops it from love and harmony, because everything is love. I mean, when you're in the state of love within self and you feel that fulfillment within you, you're able to release, you know, forgive yourself, forgive, you know, those around you. Because ultimately we know that the majority of the people that impact our lives, that are in our lives throughout our lifetime, are a mirror reflection of our own, whatever we project that is within us, that we don't necessarily know is there, will be projected outside of us, and that's what we see, in our everyday, people we come into contact with. Some people will tend to mirror those energies back to us. Let's see, one more please. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. With that karmic completion over there being on the bottom of the deck, I know I didn't touch on that. A lot of us have, come to a space of tens, completions of cycles. And a karmic cycle can be, any kind of learning that we have done about self. Anything that we have learned about ourselves and gone through a cycle, because we repeat things over and over again, which is what a cycle is, until we finally see what it is that's affecting us, within ourselves, what the wound is, where it comes from, where did it stem from, It's not wanting to give me one card. Okay, as soon as I said that. Fertility, spiritual partnership, and balance. And like I said, death card on the bottom of the deck. But like I said, these two are both 27. I don't know if you guys saw the synchronicity, but the mirror, as well. Those were the two that came out to get, separate decks, both the same number, which is 9. So you can be seeing 9s as well. But 10s are completion. So I believe a lot of us are stepping into that space to where we are completing things. And bottom of the deck of this one, Soul's Journey, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And Scorpio energy, that's what we are in right now. So death of old cycles, starting new, fresh and new. Oh, I love that song. Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. So, yeah, a lot of us are breaking those chains. Any karmic ties, any, basically ties to our old self, who we used to be, the past. Anyone, that we had a intense connection with, or, that taught us a lot of lessons. We're releasing that energy, transmuting the energy. Because we have to make room for the new in order for that to come in. Nice. The one that flew up, open like this, wasn't upside down. Neptune, sacrifice, another 10. So, we've got the 2 10s there. The 2 that flew out is Jupiter, Abundance, and Yod, Destiny. Destiny is a 12. Jupiter is a 7. You can be seeing 12, 7s, 10s, 27, 9s, 4s, 6s. Yeah, there's 10s, or 12s. That's the energy. This is I like to use this one for different things, but for my intention for this is like the final, overall guidance for earth signs, and basically the whole, everything that we talked about in this spread. They're saying it's, this is destiny, and we're stepping into abundance with Jupiter, with the expansion of abundance. Knowing, who we are, and knowing that we have broken these chains that have held us. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys are probably like, you know, like I was, didn't want to hear divine timing, you know, because it took a while to work through being in, you know, I have a lot of Sag in my chart, but one of my one major ones to work on was patience. You know, patience is definitely something that takes work, you know, especially being mindful of how you exert your energy and how you approach things. But the bottom of this deck is a 34, which is a 7. 10th house, the world. So, world on the bottom. Completions, you know, we're completing, starting anew, guys. This is for earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's what I have for you guys. I'll pull these up real quick. Mix those a little bit, but and then we're gonna go to air. Air signs are up next. Actually, I'm gonna leave dynamic because I'll just flow with it here, because I really feel like all of us, you know, air, fire, earth, water, all signs, because we do have all signs in our chart. I really feel like that even if I shuffle this and do it for each sign, this particular overall energy is probably going to come out similar or same. But maybe not. I mean, it just depends on what Spirit says. But let's see. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Current energies, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm still working with the microphone and trying to get it set up to where it's not too loud but not too low. Air signs. We got 29 healing. Overall energy for the air signs. Overall energy, air signs. What's air signs got going on? Okay, you guys got 2. Transition and emergence. And the bottom of the deck is remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. That equals an 11. So that's the bottom of the deck overall for air signs. Okay, and the 2 you got is transition and emergence. Wow, both of these are 7s. You can be seeing a lot of 7s. 43, 25, 52, 34. You can be any of those ages. You can be seeing those numbers. Frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from this place. I love that card. That's awesome. So, this is for air signs. Okay. Shuffle this and shuffle the other one, and we will go ahead and lay those out. The Numerology Oracle and the Soul's Journey. So, air signs. You guys may be receiving, like, we're all going through a lot of changes and shifts and downloads right now. But with that remembrance card, it does talk about valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. So, and then no transition and emergence. So that reminds me of a butterfly. You may be seeing butterflies. Because that just, it reminds me of Scorpio energy as well with the transition. Because I was saying this in Earth Signs reading, there's been lots of shifts and changes personally for me, and I'm sure a lot of the collective are going through it, to where the shifts seem like they are, what's the word? It seems like they're happening faster and faster, like the shifting is. Like the preparation we had, you know, the past couple of years, we were gradually being prepped for these changes and transitions, and now that we're more equipped because we've done healing and stuff, since we're more equipped to handle a lot of these shifts more at a more rapid pace. One sec, guys, I gotta have a drink. Now that we can handle these at a faster pace, they're coming in faster. And with air signs, that's kind of the energy that's going on right now. You guys are transitioning to a state, you know, like the butterfly goes through, when right before it switches to the, you know, emerges out of the cocoon into the butterfly. And sevens are a very spiritual number, lucky number as well. So you guys are stepping into new energy. Air sign, you know, air signs are very mental. They process lots of information. So I kind of feel like as well with this energy that you guys are transitioning to utilize all of your faculties, you know, instead of being so much in your head with this emergence, childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment. So not being so serious about things, you know, not looking at things from a different perspective. Change of perspective. Let's see. Air signs guidance, please. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we have for air signs? Current energy. Okay, manifestation number 8. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we have? Oh, we got 2 that fell. Pride, which is a 19. Hey, Marvel. Marvel came to say hello. 74, nature. Earth signs also got nature. Come here, Marvel. On the bottom, financial discipline number 48. So you guys can be seeing 7s, of course. 8s. 10s, 1s. See, both of those equal a 10. And then that's a 12, which breaks down to a 3. So, manifestation, pride and nature, and then financial discipline. So, air signs, some of the downloads you may be receiving right now is, like I was saying earlier, you know, using your creativity. You're figuring out what works and what doesn't work. What are you wanting to manifest? What are you wanting to let go of? Like, what are you not wanting to manifest anymore? Because you're seeing the pattern in it. You're like, okay, if I do this, because I've done it before, then it's going to produce this, and I don't want that because I already know how that, I already know how that's going to turn out. I do not want to, you know, I want to step into something else and not manifest the things I don't want to manifest, the things I do. Now with this, because we got death under manifestation, we got loneliness under pride, and then worry under nature. And that's with that emergence card. Manifestation and death, I'll show them to you together that you can see. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. That's more of that Scorpio energy, because that's what we're in right now. Marvel. Marvel. Come on. Come on, baby. Come here, sweetie. Come here, Marvel. I know, you want to be in the window. Okay, you can be right there. Song that's on right now is Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar. Some of you may have heard that song recently or have been listening. I don't know, I've been listening to like 70s and 80s music. Okay, and then pride and loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. And then nature and worry. Pride and loneliness. And then nature and worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So air signs, with you guys going through this transition, I really feel like with this, manifestation and death, you guys are learning the download that you have received or are going to be receiving is to change the way you're manifesting. With that death card being there, it's showing us, that we've spent years manifesting things that we didn't want because we didn't even realize we were manifesting. Most of us, me, I didn't know what manifestation was. I didn't know that I was creating. Every time I would think certain things, I was creating it. I didn't know that. So a lot of people, a lot of us are coming to that understanding. We have all signs in our chart, guys. So just because you're an air sun sign doesn't mean that you will resonate with this message. You could have an air sun sign and then have a ton of like water in your chart and find out that you resonate more with water sign readings. And I don't, I'm channeling, guys, so sometimes things just come out. Maybe there's certain people that need to understand that or hear that message. Then with pride and loneliness, a lot of us are in the energy as well that we're shifting out of ego. Letting go of pride. And any energy that doesn't serve us, we're releasing that because we're understanding that, we're never alone. If anything, we have been keeping ourselves lonely. And it can be anything from pride to, not feeling a great sense of love within self, looking outside of self, But I really don't feel that's what it is, like feeling like we need someone to fill a void. I know before I started this journey, I have been in that space for most of my life, where I felt like I had to seek outside of myself to not be lonely. But once we step in, and I think that's what this is expressing, a lot of you guys are transitioning right now, and this is the transitions that you're facing, is the ego. We're letting go of that, we're shedding that, and we're understanding that we are not alone. We have this love within ourselves, and God is always with us, and He's inside of us. So if we are loving of self, and you guys have, a lot of you have done the shadow work and worked on yourself and incorporated, because we have to merge the light and the dark. We all have a light side and a dark side, so we embrace those. When we merge them together, they work together perfectly, just like the temperance, or the Libra with the scales, or the temperance energy, Sag energy, with the angel, pouring the cups and mixing together. We have to be able to incorporate the light and the dark to feel that sense of wholeness, and then it's not just that as well. I mean, just like the Magician card, we have, we make all of this work together, our mind, body, and spirit, our mental energy, our emotions, our 3D life energy, and our passions. We incorporate those all together. And with this nature and worry, I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Since air signs are dealing with this specific transition right now, they're referencing nature. So if you're starting to feel worried about something, or something pops up that, because I said we're going through a shift, we've been going through a lot of shifts in a quicker pace, but if with this transition, sometimes we have those old patterns, programs pop up, and then the worry, fear kicks in, and it's just a manifestation of an old belief system or an old pattern from childhood, or something that you took on by someone else, someone that raised you. But they're basically, what it's letting us know is that, we start feeling these, the fear creeping in, and these old patterns trying to chalk up, and come up into your awareness. Spend some time in nature. That was one of the same messages for earth signs. So you could have earth in your chart as well, air signs, which, like I said, we have all signs. It just depends on where they are in your chart as to where you're going to resonate. But that's what the message was for earth signs. One of their messages was to spend time in nature, or either you are spending time in nature, or they're recommending you spend time in nature. The bottom of the numerology oracle was financial discipline, which equals a 12, which breaks down to a 3. Some of you may have, because this is the bottom of this deck, you may be going through some financial changes. Can be some financial upheavals, or it can just be changing the way you look at finances, changing the way that you manifest things, possibly. The bottom of this deck is blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So stepping into a space of understanding that, we do create, we manifest. What we are within is projected outside of us. So, we are always manifesting. So that's why we're more mindful of what we think, what we're thinking about, where we're putting our energy, what we're watching, what we're listening to, because we are always manifesting. So I'm going to get a final card for air signs, and see what the overall guidance is for this spread for air signs. Air signs transitioning into a beautiful butterfly. Sorry, some of those messages were a little fast coming through. I am a channel, so some of these messages will come through at a rapid pace. It just kind of depends. Sometimes they're slow, sometimes not. But this particular reading for air signs went pretty quick as far as, you know, my speech. Let's see, Seventh House Partners was on the bottom. Let's see what overall guidance is for air signs. Overall, let's see. Overall guidance, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then after I get done with this, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. And then I'll do fire and water. Let's see. Probably take like a 10-15 minute break. Probably 10-minute break. Overall, air signs. What is the guidance, please, for air signs? Overall guidance. Overall guidance. Yeah, right now it's just imperative, you know, to watch how you respond to certain things, not try to be mindful if like old patterns crop up of blame, because that's just a program, that's just a belief, probably, well, not probably, it's a belief that's created from childhood, because we think things are happening to us, not for us, you know, and we don't understand that we do create these things. We manifest, you know, what we believe and what we think. So basically it's just asking, you know, just to be mindful if something crops up, pay attention to how you're responding. Are you responding in an old way, in an old way of thinking? Because it's our old, you know, the old things that we used to do is like a comfort zone because we get used to that pattern, and then when change happens it's uncomfortable, and we don't know what's going to happen, so it gets, you know, fear creeps in and all that with the worry and all that stuff, and then we tend to start you know, getting in the old pattern of blame. But what is being asked is to transform, you know, change that energy, change the way we are, air signs, the way we're seeing things, the way we're processing the energy. So you got a Scorpio, I transform, and first house, the body, a number 25, which is a 7. And that's the overall guidance. That's a 7 too. You guys had 7s up top, and you know, Scorpio has been shown up in the last read as well, just because we are in Scorpio energy. So I want to see what this first house body card is. Let's see what it is. It's the Fool card. So, stepping into new energy. The way you come across, appearance, beginnings, new projects, new starts, the body, the face, you show the world. So, the physical body, the head and the circulatory systems, fluctuations in blood pressure, health regimes, bodybuilding, working out, improvements in physical appearance, presentation before public, self, the concept of I am, recognition, reputation, personal strength, being singled out, getting upset, feeling excited, working on your own. But this represents the Fool card. So, like I said, you know, you're emerging, going through this emergence. The song that's on now is Madonna, Dress You Up. So you guys maybe, some of you, maybe dressing up, trying out new outfits, trying out some new things, with the way that you dress, or maybe changing up your hairstyle, hair color, just really getting into that childlike energy. And that's what your all's current shift is right now, as you're transitioning out of the old and into the new. So that is what I have for air signs. And I'm going to take a quick break, and then I will be back to do fire signs and water signs. So I'm going to set these over here so I can have them ready for when I come back. But I will be back shortly, guys. I get to take a little break, but I'll see you here in a minute. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Sorry that took a little bit. Alright, fire signs. The song that just played was Be Like That by Three Doors Down. The one that's coming on now is We Belong by Pat Benatar. I listen to a lot of 80s music, a lot of 70s. I don't know if any of you guys have been doing that, you know, if you're, at least if you're from that era, or maybe not. I mean, I've got young kiddos, teenagers, and some of my teenagers, you know, jam out to old music, so maybe you guys have some teenagers that are into the same music genres that you are. Music to me is very beneficial. It is beneficial to everybody. I mean, it helps us through a lot of things, so let's see what we got going on for fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That one came right out. Remembrance. That's the same one air signs had on the bottom. Discernment is on the bottom of the deck. Frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion. Compassion and wisdom. So, 38, number 11. Frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Oh, there's Simba. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, Chunky. Sorry, Simba wanted to grace y'all with his presence. He wants up there because Marvel's in the window. And that's the remembrance. Sorry, Timba, there's not room right now, baby. Sorry. There's not room in the screen. I'm sorry. He keeps trying to get up there. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Alright, so let's see. Fire signs. What we got going on? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leos, every time I do a reading for Leos, I call them Thundercats. That's old school. Oh, there's Simba again. What's Simba? Simba, baby. There's not room up here, honey. Simba. There's not room, honey. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can go over there by Marvel. Yeah, Simba wanted to be in the fire sign reading, so some of you guys may have kitties. Alright, so let's see if I can do this. He's got his tail in my coffee. Alright, fire signs. As soon as I said Thundercats, and there he goes. And there's Simba. So now you guys got Simba and Marvel. Marvel came up here in the air sign reading. Simba! Simba, you're sitting on the cards. Okay. No, you can't have Mommy's plants. No, 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 no. Sorry. Sorry, can't have Mommy's plants. You don't like the English ivy? Fire signs. Let's see, one of my kitties is a fire sign. My black cat, Marvel, he is a fire sign. Okay. You guys had a whole stack fall out. Fire signs. So you guys, love partnership 26, which is an 8. Tiba, come here, baby. Come here. Oh, come here, chunks. Come here, chunks. There we go. There we go. Simba, baby, you're too chunky. So you take up the spaces. Mommy don't have room. Simba, he's not wanting to He's like, no, I'm going to be up here in the fire sign reading, whether you want me to or not. What are you trying to get? Oh, a leaf. Come, let mommy get it. Let mom. Simba, why are you trying to eat a leaf? Huh? You've got kitty food and tuna. Why are you eating a leaf? Here, you want this one? I'll put it on the floor. Okay, so the 4 you had come out. Compassion, self-discipline, surrender, and rebirth. Simba, baby, there's no more. I don't think. There's no more. You guys may be dealing with distractions right now. Come on, Simba. Come on. Alright. He's being very persistent. Justice, you can take him in my room, honey.
That's what I did.
Okay. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to move these up so I can see. We had these and these 2. So you guys could have a lot of distractions going on. There's lots of red and blue in here. You have a 99 compassion, 41 which is a 5 self-discipline, 62 love partnership, 91 surrender, and 16 rebirth. So fire signs. Right now in this energy, this Scorpio energy, like I explained in another sign, if you don't resonate with the fire sign reading, it happens because we have all signs in our birth chart. You just have to look your birth chart up and see where, like how much of different, because I resonate a lot of times with a fire sign reading more than I do a water sign reading because I have a lot of fire in my chart and a lot of air. So if you do not resonate with what the reading ends up being, then check your other placements, your other signs. So being asked to use discernment to, you know, see the things from a different perspective. And then with this remembrance card coming out equal to 11, you guys are going through, you're getting downloads right now. With this card, I don't know if you can see that. There's a line that goes right down the middle of this card. It's like, but it's dots. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that is downloads into the crown. You're having downloads of, it can be past life memories. Can also be looking over things, you know, that's happened, but seeing it through a different lens, not a what they call that, rose-colored glasses. Not seeing it through a skewed perception. You're seeing it from a more, not necessarily logical. That's not the word I'm looking for. You're seeing things from a more heart-centered space. As fire signs, you know, all the signs have been going, you know, doing a lot of shadow work. And that's what I feel like kind of the spread is just showing you, you know, the things that you've been doing right now is you've been working on yourself, being more compassionate with yourself, being self-disciplined, with that being a 5. You know, sometimes we fall off, you know, we try to do the best we can in being disciplined, you know, with certain aspects of our lives. But then we have things in our lives that, you know, addictions, patterns of behavior, things like that we continuously do. And basically it's just showing, you know, being compassionate with yourself, do the best you can to be, you know, more disciplined, love partnership. And it can be, you know, some of you, this can, you know, be relating to your love partnership so as well. It can also be your partnership within self, you know. Surrender, which is a 10. A lot of the signs have been getting 10s, or, you know, because we're going into new beginnings, because that breaks down to a 1. And then 7, rebirth. And with that rebirth, I feel scorpionic energy. That's what we're in currently. And so far, every sign has gotten some card that has represented the scorpionic energy, if not the death card or the scorpionic card. But with fire signs, I feel like you guys, the downloads you're receiving are about your past lives. And you're viewing it differently than what you viewed it before, because now you're seeing it from a more balanced perspective. Like that discernment says, balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Because compassion you already have out here. And it's being compassionate within self. And that's also where the self-discipline is. You know, they're saying, hey, fire signs, don't be so hard on yourselves. Love who you are. Warts and all, love who you are. I'm trying to get comfortable, Marvel. Like right on the cards. It's okay. Let me move this. That cannot be comfortable. Okay. So, you know, I know we can be our own worst critics. And with that 5, you know, 41, self-discipline, that can also be that, you know, there can be an aspect of too much control, trying to control too much within self, trying to be everything for everyone. And it's asking you to be discerning, you know, to look at that, you know. Where are you maybe being too, you know, over-disciplining yourself, and then maybe that projecting that outwards, because anything we are within, we will project outside of us. So let's see what we got here. Oh, a perfect amount fell out. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate it. Okay, so bottom of the deck, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So, love of self. So under compassion, you have peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Self-discipline, you have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Love partnership. I got a hair here. Hold on, sorry. We have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. I think it was air signs that got that card, imagination. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. That's under surrender. And rebirth, underneath that, is empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. One sec, guys. I'm going to get a drink real quick. And then the bottom of this deck is synchronicity, 87. That's a 6. So you could be seeing a lot of synchronicities. Let's see what numbers we have on the board real quick. You can be seeing 99, or just 9s, 5s, 41, 8s, 10s, 7s, 11s, 2s, 14, 26, 19, 61. Those can also be ages, your age. Most of the time, sometimes it will resonate with age, but a lot of times at synchronicities you're seeing tags, on car tags, on clocks. You'll see a lot of number syncs. And with this compassion piece, it's saying, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So right now, fire signs are going through a lot of shifts. And with you having these downloads that are coming through about past lives, or coming through about past situations you've been through, you're now seeing them differently than what you saw them before. Being compassionate, with yourself, especially while you're going through this transition, because you're releasing this negative energy. Once this is released, you guys will start feeling like a weight lifted off of your shoulders. And I never understood how connected we are to everything, but especially if you can pay attention to your body and how your body feels. If you start feeling like a lot of stress, in your body, like tension, tightness, that's usually a representation of something that you're holding on to that you need to let go of. But with this self-discipline and friendship, with that being right underneath that, I feel like there are maybe certain people in your life that you might have to have boundaries with, set up boundaries with, because there are some people that, I heard this description before, they're in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And it says, I understand a friend is in my life for a reason. But it's also maintaining, and that falls with the discernment, maintaining the right set of boundaries with different people you come into contact with, establishing the correct boundaries, having that balance between those. And you guys do have balance on the board. With this love, partnership, and imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Fire signs, I feel like you guys are being more open and allowing, letting go of control, and opening up to the possibilities, the endless possibilities that the universe has to offer us, knowing that whatever partnership is meant for us will be there, and it doesn't matter what we do, it's not gonna, it's a control aspect. Control is a belief. It's something that we were taught probably in childhood, something we witnessed with parental figures, aunties, uncles, whoever raised you, grandparents. Some of you may have been like in a home, or something like that, to where it wasn't like the traditional household. But it's using our discernment, and then with love, partnership, and imagination, you guys are, and I say we because we all have fire in our chart, and I have a lot of fire in my chart, but it's looking at different ways. And maybe you guys are looking at different ways that has been your love language. And maybe right now you guys are discovering what your love language is. What kind of love partner would you want in your life? And you're stepping into that childlike state, the little child that we are within. What your ideas are of a fulfilling relationship, what you truly want to have in your life. And then here with this surrender and balance, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Surrendering the control aspect that I was talking about just a minute ago, balancing that out. Because when we don't surrender, we're controlling. We're trying to control the outcome of every single thing in our lives. And I'm sure most of you, like I have seen, is that doesn't work. Usually things crumble, and the more you try to control something, the more out of control it is. It's because it's a mirror. It's it's like a reverse image. When we control, it gets out of control. So that's what this balance is. It does remind me of Sag energy. We are in Scorpio energy, but Sag energy, has the on the traditional Rider-Waite has, I think it's the cups. That's being mixed, balanced, balancing. So balancing, your emotions, your mental energy, your 3D life, and your passions. You're balancing all of those and releasing the need to control things. Because we're learning, like I said, we try to control, things get out of control. And then, with that last card being rebirth, so that's Scorpionic energy, death to the old, and things are going away so new things can come into our lives. And also, this can also be, with this empathy being right below it, it's also the ability to see things from a different perspective, kind of like a hangman, flipping the way you see things, changing it. So I want to get one of these for overall guidance. But yeah, lots of things going on, lots of shifts. And I talked about this in the other signs, but I've noticed, it seems to me, and I'm sure it's not just me, it's collective as well, as going through this, to where we feel like the shifts are happening at a faster rate. And I feel like that's because, the past couple of years we have really been doing a lot of heavy shadow work. And some of those particular patterns were taking some time to do. And once we got through the bulk, the majority of the heavy traumas and things like that, now we're getting into a lighter space, a more Aquarian type energy, more free-flowing energy. And I really feel like that's what fire signs are doing as well. So, overall guidance for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Overall guidance, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leo, Sagittarius. And yeah, you guys, pay attention to your number synchronicities. Pay attention to when you see them. And then when you see specific numbers, what are you thinking at the time you see those numbers? Like, you're thinking something, you look at the clock, and it's like 911, or, because I see a 91 out here, or 411, or 266 or something like that. I mean, what are you thinking when you see that? And that's kind of a way you can figure out patterns. If you remember what the thought was, and then you kind of write down the number synchronicity that you saw at the time you had that thought, then you can start establishing the pattern. You can start seeing where it stems from. You can start seeing, oh, okay, so when I think of this, I see this number, so that's why that number is there. It's to remind me that, hey, you need to change your perspective on this, or because, we are manifesting constantly. So if we're not mindful of what we are thinking about, because what we think about, we bring about. If we're not mindful of those things, then that's how we manifest all kinds of wonderful craziness into our lives. So the card that came out is Sagittarius card IC, which is number 21, which equals a 3. So a lot of you may be in the space right now where you're waiting on, because this is the overall guidance, or they're just asking you to, have patience, and, that's the 3. Well, when I saw this card, I immediately thought of 3 of Wands in the tarot, in the Rider-Waite tarot. The Three of Wands, which is that waiting energy. And I think a lot of us have been in that energy, not just fire signs. You know, waiting on next steps, waiting on downloads, you know, waiting on our guidance, you know, to just allow the flow to come in. I'm gonna grab this and see what this says for the Sagittarius IC card. The bottom of the deck was a 12, which is also a 3, which is a mirror image too, because you have 21 and 12. But it's Black Moon Lilith card, mystery. So let's just see here, 21. And this card represents November 22nd through December 21st, which is Sagittarius time. This card, however, represents the Six of Wands, even though I saw the Three of Wands. I think because I got that waiting energy off that card. But Six of Wands, you know, that's victory, freedom, exploration, lucky breaks, religion, travel, philosophy, honesty. Favorable conditions, going from truth, being truthful. Let's see, it says, when this card turns up in a reading, freedom at the current time is essential. You will feel the need to fight against restrictions of any kind and want everything out in the open. You want to know where you stand. So, yeah, and that's definitely a fire. That's fire energy all day, every day. You know, we're just wanting to know what's going on, you know, what, and we can be a little blunt at times. So it, you know, being discerning about how we are talking, how we're delivering messages, how we're interacting with other people. But we're seeing this within ourselves, and that's why this is the overall guidance, you know. Seeing from a different perspective, allowing the downloads to come in, allowing the changes to be made that need to be made. So this is what I have for fire signs. And now I'm going to go to water. Get some water. Speaking of water, I'm going to get some water real quick. Okay, water. Water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water sign energy. What's going on for the water signs? Water signs. We're in Scorpio energy, so water signs can be going to the depths right now, deep within, you know. Searching emotions. Can be emotional right now, like random. I'm talking like out of nowhere. You might just have a tearful moment. You may full on just cry. Water signs are real good about releasing emotions. I know as a water sun sign in Mercury, throughout my life, it took me a while to understand how to process my emotions in a healthy way, and how to release them in a healthy way instead of not, you know, either overreacting and blowing up, or you know, getting depressed and crying. You know, it water signs it's such a wave to balance and to learn balance, because it's not something that we are taught. There may be some of you that were taught, you know, how to balance your emotions, but unfortunately there weren't a lot of parents out there that expressed this. Some of you guys that are younger may possibly have had, you know, parents like that were more open with you about emotions and how to process emotions. And how to face fears and things, but a lot of us did not have that, because, you know, our parents had their own beliefs from their parents, you know, the never-ending cycles of that. So, oh, 33 Miracle, that card is beautiful. 33 is a master number. 31 on the bottom, magic. You guys could possibly be seeing 3s. The frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as a part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So understanding that, we are everything. We are connected. Everything is within. That there. 31, magic. Frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So, I talked about this in the other reads about being mindful about what our thoughts are, what we're feeding ourselves visually, physically, mentally, everything. Movies, music, spending time in nature, any of those things. What people are we being around? A lot of water signs may be in kind of a hermit type mode right now, or you can be possibly stepping out of hermit mode. Embracing the magic that you are, knowing who you are. What you believe you conceive. Okay, water. Y'all could be craving water right now, drinking a lot of water, or needing to drink a lot of water. 99 Compassion was on the bottom. That one came out in Fire. Synchronicity. Let's see. One more for water signs. Current energy, water signs. Water. So, synchronicities, this, like I said, it came out in another reading. It was fire sign, but all of the readings had synchronistic numbers. That's a 6, yeah. And then 33, even though you don't break master numbers down, that would equal a 6 though. So you can be seeing 3s, 6s, you can be seeing 87, 78, 4s. And it's possible that you're seeing them all over the place, clocks, tags, gas station signs, where they have the numbers up there. Receipts. It's crazy because a lot of times I didn't even notice. The main places I always saw synchronicities was on clocks, but then as I started expanding out, I would notice tag numbers. Street sign numbers. Numbers on receipts, like when you would go somewhere and purchase something, you look at the numbers on the receipts. They all play a role. The thing is you deciphering what were you thinking when that number appeared, like right before, what was your thought process. And one thing I've noticed, if I'm thinking something that is not for my highest good, or if something pops in my head that's not for my highest good, I'll see 5, which is telling me to change the thought pattern. But that's my own, personal. The 5s are normally change. 3s are normally, I look at 3s sometimes with waiting on ships to come in. Like it reminds me of, I don't know why, but it always reminds me of the 3 of Wands, which in the last reading, I attributed the Sag card to the 3 of Wands, which is actually the 6 of Wands, but I just saw that waiting energy. So, and maybe the reason I brought that up is because maybe some of you guys, water signs, have kind of been in that hermit waiting energy as well. Like trying to wait on your downloads and trying to figure out what next steps are. Paying attention to your synchronicities. One more for water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Alright. Patience. They're like throwing them at me. They're like, here, patience. Learn some patience. 3 that popped out. Self-love, healing, and completion. So, I'm just going to put these right there. Just do it like that. Actually, I'm going to do it like this because those came out together. So 9s, 7s, 2s. You got a double 6 right on top of the 33, which is healing. So synchronicity, self-love, healing, completion, and patience. Bottom of the deck, 96, forgiveness, which is also a 6. Oh, and sorry, water. I didn't switch the water signs. I just switched so quick I didn't even switch the card. Sorry about that. Drink. You guys may be super thirsty. It's important right now for you guys to make sure you're staying hydrated. Drink lots of water. Lots and lots of water. Well, and your body will tell you, honestly. Pay attention to how your body's acting. You know, you can tell if you're dehydrated and things like that. And sometimes you'll just crave, like, water. At least I do anyways. And you may be seeing, like, synchronicities that are telling you that you need to... might be some things that you need to look at or work on that in regards to self-love. Where are you not being attentive to yourself? Where are you not giving yourself the time that you need to heal certain patterns, to do some shadow work? And I mean, or, you know, like it can be the other side of the spectrum too, you know, what you are currently doing right now, because this is current energy, that you guys are paying attention to your synchronicities and seeing what aspects that you need to, that are still cropping up that you need to address to take better care of yourself and healing those old patterns of belief, you know, that a lot of us did, to where we weren't taking care of ourselves. We were always giving outwards to others, having that old paradigm belief that in order to receive any type of anything, you had to give. You had to give so much of yourself that you had nothing for yourself. And that is a very opposite energy of what we're being asked in this new energy. We're being asked to step into that full energy of self-love, knowing who we are, loving who we are, regardless. You know, I think it was air sign. I said warts and all, loving yourself, warts and all. It doesn't matter. You know, we all have scars. We all have things that we think we would want to change about ourselves or something. You know, we all have. I don't think a card fell. I don't know. But it's a matter of just having that full feeling of, you know what, I am beautiful, I am abundant, I know that I am very capable of doing all of these things. Okay, health card came out. Alright, let's see. Bottom of the deck, indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So under synchronicity card is the abundance card. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. The next one, self-love, came out with the health card. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So some of you guys may be changing how you eat. Some of you may be fasting. Some of you may be establishing a better health regime, doing more things related to health, working out, going out into nature, going for walks. Completion and imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Those two together. And patience, number 2, and pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. These two came out together. Well, not together, but I usually like to do these cards like this because then it just basically gives us a direction of what's, like a little picture in the sky of what's currently going on, and that can change in any given second with, you know, free will. We have choice. So with the synchronicity, I mean, it is a reminder, and also, you know, you guys are in this energy right now of abundance, knowing that you are a limitless being, you know, and what you think about, you bring about. So you're paying more attention to your synchronicities. With this, like I said, with the self-love, you guys are doing more things, looking maybe into more healthy things to do, whether it's eating, letting go of bad habits, or wanting to, trying to, working out more, drinking more water, looking at maybe more holistic approaches as well. And then with this completion over here, which is a number 9, that's right before 10. 10 is completion. But this says 9 because, you know, after 9 is 10. 10 turns into 1, which is the Fool card, you know, new energy, taking a leap of faith. But I feel like what this is saying, water signs, with this completion and imagination, you're stepping into your creative aspects, you know. Maybe you're completing a project. I kind of feel like that's what that is, you know, you're completing a project. And then with that purple being so, you know, the sun's just like right on that card. That's crown chakra. So you can be receiving downloads about specific creative ideas. Or maybe even downloads on how to complete a project or how to complete something in your life that maybe you've struggled to release or complete this specific project or let go of something. Or it can also be, you know, that you're at the stage now to where you're, you know, with 9 and then goes to 10, which equals a 1, you're now stepping into your creativity and you're allowing things to change, allowing these new ideas to come in, and not being apologetic about it, you know. I mean, we all get into this space because we love who we are. And if, you know, others can't see the beautiful that we are, then it is what it is, you know. We just release it into the wind, you know. We do the best we can. And we just be the best we can be each and every day, our most, you know, truest, authentic self for our highest good. That's all we can do, guys. And then with this patience and pride, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. That's just asking us to be more patient with ourselves, you know. We are our own worst enemy. We are our own worst critics. We're very hard on ourselves about decisions we've made and ways that we look at things, and maybe different things things we've done in the past and things like that. But we know at this juncture, water signs, that because water signs is water, obviously, which is emotion, and we are very attached to emotions. We're either attached or detached. You know, we can do either or. But when we become detached, we close off the heart chakra, and then, then we're not connected. So a lot of us have stepped into this space to where we're being more patient with ourselves. We're opening that heart chakra because we're able to see ourselves in every person that we meet. We're able to see that, yes, there are differences, but there's similarities. A lot of us have gone through a lot of similar things, and it's a matter of our perspective and how we see it. Patterns and beliefs tend to make us think that, what they've gone through is different than what I'm going through. But it's like breaking it down. If you break it down into what the specific thing was, a lot of times it's a similar energy. It's a similar problem. May just be projected differently, but it still ends up being somewhat similar in the majority of the things that we go through. And then at bottom of the deck for water signs forgiveness, we're being asked to release this. Forgiveness of self is number one. It should be utmost importance to us, water signs. And that is also healing us, and allowing the miracles to happen. Supports our belief in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. And then with magic up here, I really feel like you guys are really stepping into this really childlike energy, just having the belief like you did as a kid, that anything's possible and magic is real. And, as we were kids, we believed that. And then as we become a little bit older, we had a lot of people telling us, oh, that's not real, this isn't real, and that creates patterns, that creates belief systems, and then we spend sometimes half of our lifetime figuring out that, hey, that wasn't true. So what do I believe? Water signs, you may be in this energy right now where you are discovering you are finding out what are your beliefs, try to look at the belief systems that you had growing up, and then, looking at them from an open mind and a different perspective, and say, okay, this was the belief, this was the pattern, but is this my belief? Or is this a belief that I was taught? And that's something I have had to do many, many, many times. And the way I do a lot of that is I journal. I write down the thoughts that I have. I write down the beliefs that I think they are. And then I look at them and I say, okay, is this something that is truly my belief, or is this something that is a belief that was taught to me? And the majority of us, yes, that was the case. It was something we were raised to believe, but it wasn't our belief. So now we're stepping into our own belief, our own understanding of who we truly are. Overall guidance for water signs. One card, pretty please. Water signs. Overall. One card. Water. Let's see what this one is. Pluto, transformation, number 11, Scorpio energy. So far, every sign that got some sort of Scorpio energetic card. And then bottom of the deck, 5th house, creativity, which is a 29, which equals an 11. Some of you can be 29, or you can be seeing 29, or you can be seeing 11s. But yeah, Pluto, transformation, Scorpionic energy. We are all going through another shift, another transformation, and this is what's going on for water signs. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope this resonated with you guys. Feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. If you guys donate to the channel, I appreciate you very much, and I wish you guys a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.